Good morning. So today is August 1st. Beginning of the month usually has some flows into the ETFs. So let's look at what happened yesterday. So we were trading up here. We had an overnight session that left this high that was not retested during RTH. We see this session right here. So we attempted to get to the point of control of the overnight session. We didn't quite get there, and then we started dropping. Like, you know, initially we had inventory 100% long. I mentioned the gap fill. We filled the gap. I mentioned that if we go inside, if we accept inside value, we were going to go to likely the point of control and the single prints and the previous day close and then value area low. We did all that, and then I think sellers started to panic a little bit. We saw more selling coming in. We broke below value. And then we went all the way and broke this low also. So now we had so this is an outside day, right? Because we're not counting the overnight session. So we have an outside day, right? Broke the high, broke the low. And then now we had this support area, which now broke during the overnight session. Pretty strong sellers here. Got to the 6,300 area, repairing the bearish imbalance that we left yesterday during the RTH session. Right, we had the point of control here, measuring. I had 62.98. We got a little below that. And now we are with a double distribution, single print, and we just had some economic releases, a little move up, but then couldn't hold. So now we're just holding in the lower distribution. So what there is to look now is, well, first of all, we're rejecting this upper distribution, upper range, and we had this other range that in which we had acceptance prior in the beginning of July, and we're just starting to trade inside this range. So the question now is, do we accept back in this range, or do we reject it and move back up, correct inventory, which is 100% short from yesterday's close right now, and then go back into this range and inside value for the previous days? So that's what there's to do to look for today. So the first thing is, do we fill the gap? The gap is right here at this low at 63.58, but we have the single print here, so this is going to be resistance initially. We just saw a move up here, cleaned up one set of single prints, but we still have another one. We'll see if this gets cleaned up, and then we're able to trade inside this distribution, right? We have, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not showing the screen. If we're able to clean up this single print and then trade inside this distribution, we have this low right here that we need to get inside here, fill the gap to this low, and then correct inventory and test this close, which should be a magnet if we are able to get into this zone. But so far, sellers seem to be pretty strong. They're selling every rip, and we're trading inside this distribution. 63.04 6304 is the level with most volume in this area. 6304. So the other thing is that because this was a previously accepted range, right, between in this area, what usually happens is that because this was the low of this range, this was the high of this range. So if you're gonna buy inside this range, you're gonna buy down here in this area. You're not gonna buy here, right? So this what could happen is that we could keep selling into the bottom of that range and then see buyers step in at the low side of this range, because this was where the discount was in this area, right? So it wouldn't surprise me to see some more sellers and then find some support in this area. I have this 6260 marked from before, where we have June's high and we have a low volume area. So this is minor support. We could see buyers here. If that doesn't hold, then I would expect buyers to show up here at the 6220 area. And the last chance for buyers, in my opinion, would be here at the 6204, but that's, at that point we're gonna be down considerably with a pretty big gap. So then at that point it could start getting a little more panicky. So hopefully we don't get there today. And again, I know it seems very crazy because we're at 6,300, but if we accept inside value from yesterday, then I see us squeezing into the 6,400 area, because this was a very poor. This has a very poor structure in this session, so we could see a move through value, and traders could see this as a failure to break down lower. So get ready, volatility is getting higher. We also have a few more economic releases at 10 a.m. and at 9:45 we have PMI, and at 10 a.m. we have University of Michigan, ISM, etc. So we have a bunch of news still pending. So this could cause more volatility and a move either way, in either direction. So let's see what happens at the open. This is NQ. Let me just get rid of this evening sessions. Similar structure. We're back in this range. More, support is at 22,760. We have single prints. We have a low volume node. So if we move through this range between 760 and 800, we should see some buyers stepping in. But then same scenario as yes. I'm not gonna go over the specific levels, but Crude is holding after breaking higher. 69.30 keeps being the magnet for the time being, and this area is still resistance. So 68.40 still support. See how the overnight session just bounced right at that 68.40 area and came back to that point of control. So fade the edges on this range until we break out of this range. And gold back to the point of control. You can see that we broke lower. I had mentioned that 33.20 the other day. and bounced right at that, and then came back to the point of control and back at the 3400. This is exactly what I mentioned the other day, that we would probably test this 3320 and go back to the 3400s. If you watch my video from a couple of days ago, that's exactly what I called. And now we're getting back in this area. So this is chop, in my opinion. This area is going to be choppy, but we can see that we're reversing this downtrend. So now it could be that we could start seeing a uptrend in gold, and we have some resistance here at right here at 3410. If we break above it, then the stronger resistance is going to be at 3440. All right, that's about it. Have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you later.